chief demands action to end tech discrimination against women. And in sports, Delta sends 1,100 contingents for NSF title defense. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. You can download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu says traditional institutions remain integral to the country's development and called for more support in implementing policies that directly impact people's livelihoods. The president spoke when he received the 46th Alafin of Oyo, Oba Abimbola Abdul Hakim Owoade I, his wife Obuwumi, and a delegation of other traditional rulers from Oyo State at the presidential villa in Abuja. Kike Lomo Okere has details. We apologize. That report will be brought in a subsequent bulletin. Over now to the Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa has reassured Nigerians that the armed forces are intensifying operations to confront insecurity across the country, especially in the face of growing threats spilling over from the Sahel region. General Musa made remarks following a high-level security meeting convened by President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa, Abuja. Briefing newsmen after the meeting, Musa said the gathering reviewed the country's security landscape and outlined new strategies for enhanced coordination and response. The National Hajj Commission transported 20,550 Nigerian pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the 2025 Hajj in 1 week. NADCON disclosed this in a statement by its Principal Information Officer, Malam Shafil Mohammed in Abuja. It was reported that Vice President Kashim Shettima had on May 9th declared the inaugural flight open in Owerri, Imo. Mohammed, while providing an update on the ongoing 2025 Hajj airlift operation, said that within 6 days, 50 flights have successfully convened 20,550 Nigerian pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The Imo State Governor, Hope Uzodinma, says security is a collective responsibility and has called on citizens to actively support security agencies in combating crime. The governor made this known while addressing stakeholders from the 27 local government areas of the state at the Ezo Imo Palace in Owerri, the state capital. Amarachi Ibe reports.
At a critical stakeholders meeting held at the Ezimo Palace in Owerri, the state capital, Governor Hope Uzodinma reinforced the message that security cannot be left solely in the hands of the government. The governor emphasized the importance of grassroots vigilance, noting that Imo communities are structured in a way that makes it difficult for criminal elements to operate unnoticed unless aided by insiders.
I would like to make a comment on President General. If you have any issue, any challenge, go to the Ministry of Local Government and Citizenship Affairs. Through your local government chairman, the councillor should work with the town union. The councillor should work with the town union.
Governor Uzodinma also used the opportunity to highlight key achievements of his administration, particularly infrastructure and health. He cited the ongoing road revolution with the Owerri-Mbise-Obuowu-Mahia Road, added to the growing network of completed projects.
In Imo State, we have now embarked on health sector reform. We will make available a world-class health center, minimum one in each INEC ward. It's not to build a health center and abandon it. There will be quarters for those working here to live there.
Governor Uzodinma reaffirmed his administration's commitment to development across all sectors and expressed satisfaction with the state's progress made possible through the support of the people. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
In commemoration of the International Day of the Boy Child 2025, boys from diverse secondary schools in Nigeria converged in Abuja to create awareness on his mental health well-being. The celebration, which has its theme as Boys' Mental Health and Well-being, is initiated by Great Achievers Initiative for Youth and Community Development, not only to celebrate the boy child, but also for him to be heard. Sharon Ajay completes the story.
The president of the Great Achievers Initiative for Youth and Community Development, Dr. Hilary Apua, says the NGO is concerned regarding the neglect of the boy child to express themselves in all areas of life. Dr. Apua, however, observed that there is need for trained women to be with trained boys so that the society can excel.
If we start correcting the boy child, our society will become very good, because untrained boy is going to meet trained lady or woman tomorrow, and they're not going to make a good family. That is when you now start having the power tussle because of the training the ladies have gotten already. But what stops us from taking that upon ourselves in our families, in our communities, to start talking about the boy child? Not just when your children is playing, you tell the ladies to go in and cook, and they are going to marry tomorrow, and tell the boys to continue playing. Tomorrow, they're going to be someone's husband. And those persons that you say that they should go and they should behave like women, they're going to enter untrained boy.
The chairman of EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, represented by head of Enlightenment and Reorientation Unit, Aisha Mohammed, urged boys to explore positive ways to financial freedom and make informed decisions that foster a brighter future.
And it is at the heart of the 2025 International Day of the Boy Child celebration. All over the world, the issues of mental health is gaining attention of development, experts, psychologists, criminologists, and law enforcement agencies. The mind is either a gold field or a furnace. Gold field if it is healthy, and furnace if it is unhealthy. Therefore, the topic of this year's celebration, the impact of cybercrime on the mental health and the future of young boys, is quite apt.
Oni of Ife's wife, Olori Temitope Enita Oguwosi, emphasized the critical role parents play in empowering the boy child to express themselves. She urged parents to prioritize their sons' emotional and psychological well-being, providing them with the support and opportunities needed to develop their voice and confidently articulate their thoughts and feelings.
Let us give them moments to be expressive. What they want to take back home. Yes, I'm sure they've learned a lot from all the words, the messages, the speeches here, yes. But they have burdens in their hearts. They have things that they just want to speak up. Like the lady said, the poet, she said something. Who is going to be the voice for our boys? As a mentor, as a parent, as a guardian, are you a voice for your boy or for your boys?
The highlight of the event was the unveiling of the One Boy, One Skill project and the presentation of the awards to the essay winners. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
The Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria has urged the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration to demonstrate tangible action towards tackling the country's social, economic, and political challenges rather than dishing out mere promises. The Fellowship National Secretary, Bishop David Bakare, who spoke with journalists at the end of the retreat in Uyo, emphasized the importance of divine intervention while also underscoring the role of leadership and governance. Bakare urged the president to show great commitment to the implementation of his administration's policies beyond rhetoric. Governor of Taraba State Agbo Kafa swore Mike Jen as a new commissioner for tertiary education, describing the appointment as a strategic towards repositioning higher education in the state. Jen, who until his appointment was a member of the Taraba State Assembly representing Karim Lamido II constituency, resigned his legislative seats to join the State Executive Council. Speaking during the swearing-in ceremony at the Government House, Jalingo, Kefa said the appointment was born out of a deep desire to solve the lingering challenges facing the tertiary education sector. Over now to Benue State Governor Hyacinth Ali has unwavering support for security agencies in their mission to maintain peace and order across the state. The governor, represented by his deputy, gave the assurance while receiving the zonal commander of the Nigerian Security and Markani Assistant Commandant General T. Iyamu at the Government House in Markani. Felicity Indere tells us more.
Assistant Commandant General Solomon Iyanu stated that the visit was to formally introduce the Zone 8 Command to the state government and to strengthen cooperation in safeguarding lives and property.
We are here, my command is here, and I believe the command has been synergizing with the state and other security agency and other stakeholders. And we are here also, sir, to also seek such collaboration with the states where we can come in every area we can come in, rendering our services, even though the state command has been doing very, very well.
Receiving the delegation on behalf of the governor, Deputy Governor Sam Odi commended the Civil Defense Corps for its role in protecting critical infrastructure and regulating mining operations across the state.
I convey to you the assurances of the governor, government, and the people of Benue State that we shall cooperate with you and all the members of your corps towards the greater objective to keep our territory very safe, away from organized crime and all the asymmetric warfare that we are witnessing lately, not only in Benue State but in other states of the Federation.
He urged the Corps to remain steadfast in carrying out its mandate of ensuring the safety and security of residents across the state. In Makudi, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV News.
The bill seeking to establish the National Agency for Malaria Eradication has passed second reading in the Nigerian Senate during the plenary session. The sponsor of the bill, Senator Ned Nwoko, emphasized that malaria is a national emergency affecting maternal health, economy, productivity, and overall national development, underscoring the urgency of creating NEMI to coordinate malaria eradication efforts. Correspondent Godwin Sunday has more.
Senator Ned Nwoko says the establishment of National Agency for Malaria Eradication is expected to enhance coordination, resource mobilization, and implementation of malaria interventions to reduce the disease prevalence and mortality rate in Nigeria.
Malaria is not merely a public health issue.
We apologize. That report will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, Nigerian living abroad to pay 80,000 naira for remote BVN registration. Details plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Do you know that Global Television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch Global Television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to Global Television.
You're welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is News Express on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In Business Now, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, has called for the formation of deliberate economic policies to drive national growth. He made the call in Abuja while receiving the Presidential Economic Advisory Council, Presidential Foreign Intervention Promotion Council, led by Director General Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi. Queen Agaba has the details. We apologize, that report will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. Nigerians in diaspora will be required to pay 80,000 naira, $50 to obtain a non-resident bank verification number remotely. The CBN, in collaboration with the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System, launched the NRBVN platform to simplify the process for Nigerians living abroad to obtain their bank verification number, BVN, eliminating the need for in-person verification. The NRBVN initiative is seen as a major milestone in the CBN's effort to expand financial inclusion and integrate the Nigeria's diaspora into the country's economic activities. Ekiti State Government has taken delivery of 110 solar-powered pumps and accessories for the construction of another set of 110 water, sanitation and hygiene facilities across the state. The Commissioner for Infrastructure and Public Utilities, Professor Mujib Mobolaji Oluko, says that the solar-powered pumps will be installed in 55 schools and 55 health centers across the state as part of efforts to guarantee adequate provision of potable water, sanitation and hygiene to residents. He said that the project was being executed under Sustainable Urban and Rural Water Supply, Sanitation and Hygiene, a World Bank-backed program which aims to improve access to wash services, particularly in the underserved communities of benefiting states. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has announced plans to carry out maintenance on the 60 megavolt APRI TR2 at Kubwa Transmission Substation in the Federal Capital Territory. The company's General Manager, Public Affairs, Ndidi Umba, made this known in a statement in Abuja posted on the company's verified X handle. According to the TCN, power supply will be restored upon completion of the maintenance work. The Naira ended the trading week on a positive note, recording a bullish close on Friday at the official foreign exchange market. It appreciated 1,598.72 against the US dollar, reflecting the modest gain that suggests continued effort to stabilize the local currency. According to figures published on the Central Bank of Nigeria's official website, the Naira straightened by 0.60 kobo against the dollar on Friday. On the foreign scene now, the Israeli military says it has launched extensive strikes as part of a fresh offensive in Gaza after rescuers reported 100 people killed in the besieged Palestinian territory. The army says it has begun the initial stage of offensive known as Operation Gideon's Chariot. The operation was part of the expansion of the battle in Gaza Strip with the goal of achieving all the war's objectives, including the release of the abducted and defeat of Hamas. For more on the foreign scene, here is Uyi Agbomofuegbe's report.
German Chancellor Friedrich Merz has called the direct talks in Turkey between Russia and Ukraine a very small positive signal in the conflict. This week, Merz urged the West not to be divided on Ukraine and vowed to provide the financial means needed to build Germany's conventional army up into Europe's strongest.
And our efforts have shown a very, very small diplomatic success. The fact that they are meeting today, first time for 3.5 years, is a very small but first positive signal. We have to do more on that, on diplomatic efforts, but we have to be very clear on our military support for this country as well.
In his first major speech to Parliament since taking office that laid out his government's priorities, Merz said a dictated peace for Ukraine or a submission to the status quo achieved by Russian military forces is unacceptable. Elsewhere, speaking to troops at Al Udeid, the biggest U.S. military base in the Middle East, United States President Donald Trump says Europe would have been speaking German if it was not for his country's role in World War II.
Everybody was celebrating but us. And we're the ones that won the war. We won the war. And they helped. But without us, they don't win the war. We're all speaking German. You know that, right? Without us, they're speaking German, maybe a little Japanese too.
President Trump has concluded his Gulf tour in Abu Dhabi after overseeing the signing of another raft of multi-billion-dollar deals, while also securing a $1.4 trillion investment pledge from the United Arab Emirates. Uyi Agmofwegbe, reporting for Global TV News.
The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on global leaders to urgently invest in digital skills and dismantle the patriarchal structures that perpetuate gender inequality and bias in technology. At the World Telecommunication and Information Society Day, which marks the 160th anniversary of the International Telecommunication Union, Guterres detailed the transformative power of technology from the telegraph to artificial intelligence and the critical need to ensure that its benefits reach women and girls equally. Observed annually on May 17th, the day raises awareness about vital role of information and communication technologies in driving development, bridging the digital divide, and fostering an inclusive, connected, and informed world. Over now to our sports news. With a strong contingent of 359 athletes and 111 officials set to compete in 23 sports, Akwa Ibom State has issued a firm call for clean and disciplined participation at the 22nd National Sports Festival. The team departed Uyo for Osun State, delivering the governor's charge at the Dakada Skills Acquisition Center. Commissioner for Sports Paul Bassi emphasized the importance of integrity and sportsmanship. He stated that they should avoid scandal, remain focused, and compete clean. Above all, carry the banner of the state with dignity. Reigning champions of the National Sports Festival, Delta State, are hitting Ogun State with a large contingent of 1,100 athletes and officials as they hope to defend their title at the Gateway Games 2024. The contingent consists of 704 athletes, 160 technical officials, 16 officiating officials, and 220 accompanying personnel. They departed Asaba on Friday with high hopes of asserting the state's dominance on the national stage. Addressing the contingent before departure, Chairman of Delta State Sports Commission, Honora De Obowere, urged the athletes and officials to uphold the values of discipline, unity, and excellence as they represent the state. As we end the Global TV News Express, let's take a quick look at our top stories again. We brought to you that President Bola Tinubu says traditional institutions remain integral to the country's development and called for more support in implementing policies that directly impact people's livelihood. And in business, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has announced plans to carry out maintenance on the 60 megavolt Ampere TR2 at Kubwa Transmission Substation at the Federal Capital Territory. And in the foreign news now, the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on global leaders to urgently invest in digital skills and dismantle the patriarchal structures that perpetuate gender inequality and bias in technology. And finally, in sports, reigning champions of the National Sports Festival, Delta State, are hitting Ogun State with a large contingent of 1,100 athletes and officials as they hope to defend their title at the Gateway Games 2024. Now that's it on Global TV News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching.